Hello. Today I discuss about the facing the dragon about the 1962 war that still hunts of India. As the India and Chinese governments try to diffuse the simmering tensions over the recent standoff at Galwan Valley, perhaps it is time to revisit the memories of the 1962 India China War. It has been 58 years since the defining border conflict of 1962 that reputed India's relation with China. The tragic memory of that military humiliations and the creeping indecisiveness of India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru still haunts the country. The scourge of 1962 runs all through India's heart. A Chinese diplomat and scholar of India had said with genuine feeling and has not fully healed. Historical memories have a life of the their own and the injured national physics is not easy to repair. This has been reflected during the years of border negotiations with China. China and India concluded the friendly agreement in 1954, the five principles of peaceful coexistence under which India recognized Chinese rules in the Tibet. Prime Minister Nehru presidentially backed China's entry into the United Nations. His vision was for a cooperative global order and cordial relations with China, where he promoted these visions and trusted China with the Hindi, Chini Bhai Bhai, Indians and Chinese are brothers. The Chinese aggressions of 1962, however, put an end to India's aspirations of becoming a great Asian power and of Nehru establishing himself as a world leader in the annals of history. The 1962 war was a Himalayan blunder. China first claimed Ladakh, then crudely laid claim to the whole of the Northeast Frontier Agency, now the Arunachal Pradesh province, although Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai had affirmed to Nehru that the Chinese would respect the eastern boundary. Defense Minister Krishan Menon decided to take action. The decision came while Nehru was in Colombo and Foreign Secretary M.J. Deshi was in Washington, America. Secretary M.J. Deshi was in Washington seeking US assistance against China. Without consulting the parliament of the cabinet, men took the critical decisions to launch Operation, sending out written orders to forcibly throw out Chinese troops from the Tagla Ridge. Nehru Menon and the Indian Army had convicted the forward policy comprising a set of policy doctrines for territorial and border disputes, planning emphasis on securing control of disputed area by invasions and annexations or the creations of compliant buffer states. The Chinese thought India would try to annex Tibet soon after the Dalai Lama had been given in India. The Indian leadership did not expect the Chinese use of force across the Himalayas. The Chinese crossed Bomdila after which just 19 kilometers remained between them and Assam. There was no Indian army to prevent their progress. Tehajpur in Assam was about to fall. General P.N. Thapar, then chief of the Indian Army, informed Nehru of Tejpur's imminent fall but getting no response immediately resigned. On November 9, 1962, Nehru made a mistake and a deadly one at that. History does not forgive anyone. It does not forgive Krishna Menon or Nehru. For history, it was a Himalayan blunder, said Minal Talukdar, a senior journalist for New Delhi, whose method was Nehru's forward policy while the army fighting the Chilness did not have enough troops, no roads, ration, warm clothing or the hills or ammunitions. Nehru forwarded policy had backfired. At midnight on November 20, China announced that the Chinese frontier guards would cease fire along the Sino Indian border on November 21st. Why did the Chinese leave? Apparently, because they had only wanted to teach India's lesson, Hindi, Chini, why dissolve the aggregations and distrust. For the Northeast, the scare of 1962 are still alive and painful. For India, it crippled the Indian army, which took years to recover. Nehru never recovered from the 1962 war and died a broken man in 1964. Thank you.